Okay, so this is the real, the wow, the ooh before I put on makeup and everything. So I'm just gonna put my makeup on and kind of go over a few things that have been going on. I put a story up on my Instagram and it seemed to get a lot of attention. It was me just kind of talking about how life can be rough. And I guess we don't post enough of that on social media. So I just wanted to make a little video of behind the scenes, the real, the what really goes on, and the thoughts behind the scenes. So as I get ready here, I'm going to put on my favorite foundation. It's by Chanel. It's like their aqua water, whatever. I love this stuff. You'll see my face totally transforms. But I just want to state that just because of what you see on media does not mean that everything is perfect, that everything is great, and the company looks good and it's growing, and oh my gosh, they have all these ambassadors, they're doing this well, look at them. It doesn't mean they are, guys. Like, the reality is, sometimes it sucks. Like, it's really fucking hard. It's really hard to have a company, and it's really hard to make it successful. It's really hard to make it profitable, because as soon as you make any money, you should be taking that money to put it back in the company to make it grow. So there are so many things that we've come upon, and we look great on social media, but the reality is, guys, it's not that great. It's a struggle every freaking day. It's really hard. Sometimes I just want to fold and sell it and not deal with it and not deal with the drama and not deal with the hard part of it and move on, because you can't control every single aspect of your company. You wish you could, but those are the areas that usually end up getting you in trouble. For instance, manufacturing. Manufacturing is a big one. This can make or break you in a company, especially if you're new, and even bigger. Let's take Jaclyn Hill, for instance. She was a great collaborator, blogger, beauty makeup. She did amazing on her videos, did well. I'm sure along the way she probably, critiqued several people in their videos and their lines and their products. I don't know. I haven't watched all her videos. I'm just going to assume that not every one of her videos was her talking amazing about products, unless she was paid. I don't know. So she's kind of a sister in a way, because we're both from the same city. We share the same ex-assistant. My ex-first assistant is now her assistant. So we kind of share something together, and we live in the same city. She knows who I am. I know who she is, but we've never met. I would like to meet her. She seems like a pretty cool chick. But anyways, so, she did great. She had millions of followers, and then she went and developed her line, which was fantastic. I thought it looked great. I thought she did killer on her presentation. It looked good. So boxes looked fabulous. It was blinged out. It was so her, and I thought she did great on that. Now comes the hard part, the product. So because she is so big, she has a lot of PR people, and she sent it out to a lot of people, and she had a huge customer database to start with. That doesn't always mean it's going to be good, because this is her first round, her first batch. And if anything, I've learned the first batch usually isn't going to be your first batch. You're going to end up having to tweak it, figure out some things that go wrong with it. Maybe something happened during the shelf life, maybe something with the packaging, maybe something's not working right. Usually your first run isn't how it's going to stay. So unfortunately for her, she had this massive what do you call it, a reaction, literally, to her product, and there was metal in it and stickies and furs and all these things. Guys, this isn't Jaclyn Hill's fault. The poor girl got beat up and brutalized over this. And I just want to say, it's not that easy to start your company, and it's the manufacturer's part. Like the way, like she said, I think she talked about in a video, what you get is a test and you approve is like a small little amount. Then they take what you approve and now have to make it into this big batch, into this big amount. And if she was pushing them and pressuring them, I'm not for sure how it went. I need to get it out by my launch date. this is when things can start to get tricky, and maybe they didn't do the test as long as they should have. Maybe they didn't let it set as long to test it to see what it would do on the shelf life. I don't know. But if you're rushing a brand new product, likelihood is something bad's gonna happen. They should have had a team making sure that that was okay to go out. They should have had a whole entire, what do they call that? A human resource or quality control checking that for her, and they didn't. So she has got bashed. The poor girl ripped down her social media. I feel bad for her because I think it would have did really well. It looked cool. Her presentation was unbelievable. It was so her. But here's a simple instance of the manufacturer can break you, literally ruin you. So I'm just saying a little bit of the behind the scenes. It's really hard to make your own company. It's easy to use somebody else's product that's already established. It's a lot harder making your own and making it work. So there are a lot of behind the scenes that people don't get. So anyways, I'm just talking, rambling on. I don't even know, like, I'm not getting anywhere with my makeup. So those are some of the behind the scenes, and we've had the craziness. The difference between Jaclyn Hill and myself is I am the small little fish in the sea. She's a very big company, a very big influencer compared to me. So when I first started out my business and I had this error happen to me, when I got all my product out, it was all wrong. The first year, oh my gosh, I had to switch manufacturers. My product separated, it became liquidy. I had problems with the color. I had problems with everything. My first year was awful. I had to change everything. But the difference between her and I was so small. My run was so small that no one really knew who I was yet. So that was kind of a benefit for me because I got to get over all of my hiccups early on before we got known. And now we're getting known. We're not even that cool, okay, yet. We have like 5 customers. It's fine. But those 5 customers love us. So what I'm saying is, takes time to get your product right. On my end, I was fortunate starting out small and getting all my errors addressed because those people, those customers, they're like, hey, what's going on with my product? I'm going, hey, what do you mean? Then I look at the whole batch and I'm like, oh my God. Then I go to the manufacturer like, what the fuck? And then the manufacturer is like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you should just do another batch. Maybe you should correct this batch. So that was a whole battle, and sometimes you don't get your money back and you get a bad manufacturer and you're fucked. You're out of all that money. So now you have to go and find a new manufacturer and get your product built and hope that it's built right and that the same thing doesn't happen with them, and that if it does happen, that they honor it and they correct it, which fortunately I have had in the second round. The first round was bad for me. So I feel her pain because I kind of went through that. My batches were not perfect when I first did them. So I'm just trying to explain to people that when you start a company, it ain't that easy. You want to develop your own brand, okay. Just understand that there's a lot of behind the scenes, okay? It's not that great. So it's a lot easier to sell and be a collaborator and sell this product than it is to go make your own. So the behind the scenes, it's fucking rough. And unless you're in it for the long haul, and unless you're strong-willed, unless you're determined, and unless you really believe in your product, you're going to have a lot of hiccups, and you got to have thick skin because social media is so big now. They'll rip you apart. They'll tell you all these things. There's trolls, or like I can't even tell you how many trolls I'm probably going to have on this video. Like how I always say, especially because I always put an X in there. Don't ask me why, I just do. I have the worst grammar in the world. I'm sure some dumb shit on here is gonna be like, this girl's so uneducated. And you are actually correct. I am uneducated. I am a high school dropout, no college degree, and I started a company. So if I can do this, so can you. But you have to be prepared for the battles, and you have to be strong, and you have to make it happen. Don't let anybody put you down, and you just keep fucking going, because that's what I did. Just kept going. I believed so much in it that I kept going, and that's where I am right here today. And I can't wait to see where I'm at in a couple years from now. But today, we have grown so much from 3 years ago and learned so much. So if anything, I just want you to understand the behind the scenes isn't what it seems like. Just be strong, and you can do it, and you can make it through it. Jaclyn Hill, she's going to be fine. She's probably going to come back hard. I believe in her. I think she's got that strongness. She's probably just taking a break trying to figure out what the hell's going on and getting away from everybody beating her up, because she's getting killed on social media right now by PR people. You watch, guys. She'll make a comeback. I believe she'll come back strong. She's one of those that have it in her to come back. So you have to have that too. Just know it hasn't been perfect for me, and I have gone through a lot of struggles, and still to this day do I. Still to this day have I got a batch in and it been the wrong caps on my shit. And if you send all those out, because you don't look at every fucking bottle. You can't look at every bottle. It's impossible to look at every bottle that comes in. You ship those out immediately, so you're relying on their quality control to have your bottles correct because you're shipping it out. Let's say, for instance, we ship all our own stuff. So we actually have hands on ours and ship our own stuff. I get a walk through, make sure everything looks right. Not every bottle, because I don't open every fucking box, but I get a gist of seeing what's going on. If you're someone that has a product that you're like, ooh, Amazon fulfillment, and you're shipping straight to Amazon, guess what? They're going to ship your product out as due. And if it's all wrong, how are they going to know? They're not. So now all of these customers are going to get shit product or something wrong, and your name's going to look bad. It all falls back to the manufacturer. So prepare for the rough, long road ahead. Those are just some behind the scenes, and don't think that our life is perfect on our social media, or that my company is so perfect, because you see all these things on me and I'm doing all these really cool things, and I am doing cool things, guys. I am. But a lot of it's also my boyfriend. My boyfriend takes me and does a lot of cool stuff. So don't think it's all just me and my company. Oh my God, my company's so successful that they're doing all these things. Guys, I have a very successful boyfriend, and he luckily brings me along on his adventures. So some of the things that you see on my social media, they're not me. I don't have all these badass cars. They're his. They're not mine. So don't think that my company's doing that well and that it's all me, because it's not. It's my boyfriend that has great cars. My company is just doing okay. We're doing great. Our numbers are growing. We're growing by probably about almost a 40% growth rate this year. We grew at a 40% growth rate last year. Our profit margins are probably around 35% right now. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. We're growing slowly, and I'm pretty excited for the next year, because they say once you get over the 3 years, that's kind of when it starts doing a lot better and you become a lot more profitable. So I'm kind of just in it for the long haul, and I'm waiting for that. And I hope you all come along for the journey and love the products. We're going to be bringing out new products and doing all kinds of cool stuff. And guess what, guys? There's going to be a lot of trial on that. So when I bring out new product, there can be new things that happen and go wrong. So I'm probably going to end up going through that madness and dealing with all the things that could go wrong. But hopefully you guys like the product and believe in us enough that you stay behind us and you let us know what's wrong so we can correct it. The biggest thing is correcting your issue. And I'm sure like Jaclyn Hill, maybe that's what she's working on doing right now, is correcting her issue. I don't know. But that's what we do. We correct an issue and we move on, and we try to compensate a customer if something happened along the way. And we've retained a lot of loyal customers by just the customer service. But if a whole entire batch in Jaclyn Hill's instance is ruined, she has the money, she could probably come back from it. But someone like me, someone starting out, may not be able to come back from that if they don't honor it and correct it, and they try charging you all that money, because that was a lot of money she spent. I mean, a lot. So that can kind of wipe a company out. But if you're someone like me that started out kind of like early, you know, and had smaller batches, you should be able to live through it if you believe in it. But just hope you don't go through that. Check your manufacturers. Don't just go with the first one you meet with several. Talk it over, look at the reviews, ask to see their plant. You know, for me, ask to see the development process, the plant. If you're doing something like a product, you know, a skincare line, ask to see the chemist. Say, do you actually have a chemist? Because honestly, some of these manufacturers don't even have a chemist on site, and they're pulling shit from other areas, and they don't even show you the facility and don't even let you know. So ask them, do you have a chemist? Can I see the chemist? Can I talk to the chemist? You know, really do your research and see. And if you don't want to create your own product, see what kind of products they have that you could private label. Make sure you like them. Don't just get excited that you think you're cool on social media and you want to slap a label on something and sell it. Make sure it's actually a good product. Just do your research. Like I did about 2 years, maybe 3 years of behind the scene research before starting my company, and still doing that, I've had to change everything. So it's an ongoing thing. Just do your due diligence, do your research. Manufacturers can make you or break you, and then you should be pretty good. And make sure your bottling is good. And honestly, that's pretty much it. You're gonna go through the struggles either way. I mean, you're gonna learn. There's no way to, there's no manual. You just get the fuck in there and you learn. Google is your friend. Google everything, okay? Google is all I'm saying. Use that as a tool. You can almost find the answers to everything on that into YouTube. Do that. Before you get into anything, Google everything. That's what I did. I'm like, how do I ship? How do I do this? Oh my God, how do I create this site? How do I do this? Dude, Google will tell you everything. Like, okay, looking for a web developer. That's a whole nother fucking video, because you can get screwed over by your web developer and them not being there. And when your site crashes because you're having a huge sale on all these sites, or all these sales are going on, and then your site goes down and they're not there to get it, and you lose thousands of dollars in sales. And this could be a really long video, so I'm gonna make it a little shorter and just kind of like quickly do my makeup and be done. And if this is something you want to know more about behind the scenes, the manufacturing, the website issues, the shipping, how I got started, my story, just subscribe below, leave a comment, let me know. I'm just rambling on at this moment, and I really just need to get it together. I just felt like making this video, not for sure why. But if you want me to do more like this, I will. I think I'm just gonna hurry up and finish my face because it's getting late and my hair is gonna look like shit. Okay. I can't even get this out of my, what the, so just let me know and we will make more. When I say we, me, and then my lovely editor will edit it for me. So let us know, subscribe, comment below. I'm gonna finish this face. Bye.